Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I'm of course your host Aaron, and today we are going to talk about the 62nd Philadelphia Folk Festival that just concluded this weekend, and I have returned on Monday. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. The 62nd Philadelphia Folk Festival has ended, and I am sad, and I wish I was back on the old pool farm, hanging out with some great people of Who Hill, like Joby and Gina, and Ellie and Ariel, and Julie and Joe, and Mel and whatever her husband's name is that I can't really remember. But it doesn't matter, because he called me Justin, and my name is not Justin. Overall, it was a great time. And I cannot wait until next year when I see everybody again, even though it probably won't be that long. There are several Who Hill parties. They got Thanksgiving. They got a Halloween one. I'm not sure if they do a Hanukkah or Christmas, but I'm sure it's out there if it's created. And then maybe I'll go. Probably not, because I don't attend a lot of events. So let's run down real quick the Philadelphia Folk Festival, my ups and my downs. First off, let's start off with the parking committee, which I was working on. Now, I worked 2 pre-fest and 1 regular fest shift. My friend, and I would say one of my best friends, Gina, she was my chair, and she got me on the crew, and I met Jess, who was another chair, and she was really awesome too. I met Sage. Sage was awesome as shit. I met her dad. Her dad was really funny. I met this guy Doug and James and all these other people. So parking, guess what? You are getting an up. That's right, you are getting an up. And guess who else I'm going to give an up to? Main gate, because my dad and my brother killed it. So you are getting an up. But unfortunately, Julie is getting a down. Yes, she is getting it down for making my brother have to work harder than he had to when he's an ass chair. He shouldn't be doing a lot of this stuff. Drop that, John. So let's talk about Thursday. Wednesday was when most of the people did come up. Only one person joined our crew. I was there for pre-fest, me and Gina, followed by Eric and Brian. And then we had a Joby who came up on a Wednesday. And then we had a Julie who came up on a Wednesday with her boyfriend, Joe. Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to mention everybody's name so nobody's left out here. Oh, I forgot James, who ran the Festiverse on Saturday. Festiverse was a big hit. Mr. Festiverse is going to get an up. And James's wife, Jen, who I've known for basically my whole life, she was cool. We chilled. She's going to get an up as well. And why I'm at it, since I'm giving so many ups, let's give Joby, who killed it this whole weekend, playing the guitar, singing songs, bringing people over to Who Hill, making everybody laugh, smile, and I believe I may have seen a tear or two of enjoyment. So Joby, you are getting an up. Joby's also going to get an honorary up because he ate some freaking raw-ass sushi given by some clown and some other people in a campsite because they chanted Joby. So Joby, you are getting another up. I guess I should really call this the Joby Up episode. Now, the one big thing that I just went in a total tangent of what I wanted to cover on this piece of paper, so I'm just going to toss that away. The big takeaway that I've gotten from Philadelphia Folk Fest is that I need to play an instrument. Since I graduated from nursing school, I said I was going to learn how to play the banjo. And I have not learned at all. After getting several lessons, watching a bunch of YouTube videos, I have not gotten any further in my banjoing. But Joby promises that we're going to meet up and we're going to jam and we're going to be perfect. So when Folk Festival rolls around in 2026, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill that sumbitch banjo. Anyway, hanging out with everybody at Who Will was great. Going to all the shops at the Philadelphia Folk Fest were cool. I didn't really buy anything. I bought like 2 pins, which I guess I should have whipped out so I can show you guys. I'll have to show you that in a future episode. But overall, other than the 2 rainy days where I thought my 10x10s were going to blow away, everything was pretty sick. Now, there weren't a lot more people than last year. It kind of felt that there were a few less. But the campsites are still popping. You had Aurora Borealis. You had Glow Nation. Remember, folks, I try to have that 10x10, John, with the cool-ass blacklight stuff. The people from last year, bop, right out of the park, folks. They hit the ball so hard, it was amazing. They had an awesome Neo sign, and inside they had one room with a bunch of tapestries that glowed in the dark, and another bunch of tapestries that glowed in the dark, and then you had mine over at the site, and the lights didn't even stay on for a full day. Now, we also set up a football thing in front of it since our theme were the Eagles, because the Eagles won the Super Bowl this year, and they're probably, maybe, crossing my fingers, I might have jinxed it, next year. So hopefully, we can find some way not to do the Eagles theme, even though it's kind of written in a constitution of Who Hill. Who knows? The theme of Folk Festival was space last year. Guess what the theme was for Who Hill? Space. A year off. So if they next year have the theme of the Eagles, I'm going to be like, yeah, you just, come on. Could we get together and have a little conversation here? Now, do I think everyone of my friends should go to the Philadelphia Folk Fest? Of course I do. Of course you should go to the Folk Fest. Volunteering is easy. You get food, you get to hang out with friends, you get to camp, you get to come in on Wednesday opposed to Thursday. It's a lot of fun, and you get to meet a lot of great people. I was lucky enough to have a cool campsite across, what were they called again? Havoc? Havoc was playing music right across from our campsite, so I got to listen to a lot of that when I was sleeping, put me right to bed. Even though there was one night where I could have sworn for about 2 hours, I just kept going through the same thing over and over in my head, listening to all the songs, like it was just a reminiscent, and it just brought back a lot of good memories, like they were just flooding in. So that was great. I think that was on Friday night. Whatever happened to Saturday night? Yeah, it was on Saturday night that happened. Friday night was cool. I went to see the music. That's when the Philadelphia really kicked off with all the other people who weren't camping, maybe the day trippers and shit like that. And I saw a really banging performance from a lady, and she played saxophone. I guess it would be great if I knew her name. That'd be terrific, and I do not. And then the next night, I saw this other band who was banging it out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even though they aren't bands that sort of feel in a younger generation kind of thing, because a lot of these people, they're older. They tailor to a larger audience of older folks. They weren't bad. I thought it was pretty banging. I was dancing. I was doing a little two-step there. I was like, I had a blast. I drank a lot of water. I probably lost a lot of water weight. I'm probably looking really good right now. And then I'm probably going to gain all that weight back in a week. But not this time. I promised myself there are 3 things that I'm going to do since the Folk Fest ended. 1, learn how to play the motherfucking banjo. 2, stay in shape and eat better. And 3 is a secret mission that no one will ever know until next Folk Festival, when I put it into plan and into action. And then everyone's like, hey, look what Aaron did. He's the best. No, I actually want to create a pin. That's my big goal. I want a pin for Who Hill. By the way, we did get Who Hill shirts, and I should have brought them on 8 Minutes with Aaron too. I'll do a reveal. I'll do a reveal with the shirts, the pins, and maybe I'll show you my banjo. Yeah, how about that? I will do all of those things listed if I can remember in the next episode or two, whenever we're doing next 8 Minutes with Aaron, shit like that. Overall, 60-second, I fumbled, folks. 60-second Philadelphia Folk Festival 2025 in the bag. Overall, you are getting an up as well. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me at this convoluted, it tried to do a Folk Festival kind of review, but it didn't happen. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave down in the comments what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and I will see all of you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.